Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September, moving into early October 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business. As always, let's start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Sagittarius collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Saggies in late September, early October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Saggies. Late September, early October. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for you, hopefully. Sometimes it gets pretty specific. Okay. Yeah, this is a sign I've been seeing specifically in the fire signs. There's a lot of reflection, taking trips down memory lane. There's a really big undertone of communication, especially with this card. I haven't seen this card in quite a while. I do love it for the aesthetics, and there's some good undertones to it, but it's like there's something that's hard to shake about this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this. So we see this beautiful lady here in that very classy dark purple dress, and it seems to be that she's looking behind her. She's not looking out to the horizon. She's looking back. She has a little envelope there. She has a little rose, which does represent affection. There's birds. So a lot of these things do represent communication in a big way. So whether it's wanting to speak to somebody, wanting to get something off your chest, communication could be very important for a lot of different reasons. I think it's always important, but to me it feels extra important. And again, the fact that she is looking behind her, this card in this specific deck matches with another one, and they're both reflecting back. It's like both cards are thinking about each other. So again, maybe there's a specific individual that's on your mind quite a bit when this card is here. Now, if we're not talking about the communication and all those other undertones, to me, this is a card that's very similar to the Six of Cups, where it can just talk about history. So whether you're thinking about past memories, maybe you're looking at a lot of pictures or something like that, there's a lot of reflection about the past. So we're just going to let her chill right there. We're not going to mess up her moment. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Saggy. What's going on in late September, early October? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Yeah, there was some tower-like type of energy, which is shocking. I felt for most of you, it was a good tower. The reading was titled A Shocking Win. So something changes rapidly, something changes quickly. And for a lot of you, it was very advantageous. For some of you, maybe not. Maybe it was a little destabilizing. You know how towers could be jarring, right? It's an energy that seems to come out of nowhere. So we're going to hope that doesn't really show up too much this week. As you know, energies can bleed over for a little bit. But yeah, we're going to see what your energy is this week. So yeah, as you know, it's very fluid, never set in stone. So only take it how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Saggy to start us off. What's going on for my Saggy friends? Okay. It's all right. Yeah, I like the 2 of Pentacles. I mean, unless some of you are very, very busy with a lot on your plate, that could be it. But usually this is a pretty balanced card. It's like coming from a pretty good place. Let's get a couple more. Definitely not that tower-like energy we were picking up last week. Okay, 8 of Pentacles, cool. So the energy seems to stabilize, which I like. A lot of effort with this 8 of Pentacles. Lots of effort going into something, working on something. Okay, 3 swords. Okay. All right, so it's not perfect, and rarely is life, and rarely is every reading. I do see an energy that seems to be like just trying to keep itself busy or distract itself. That's showing up here strong on the top row. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, as far as elements go, we do have a bit of an opposition going on here, because we have a lot of earth with the 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and that's an element that deals with the material world. So we're talking business. We're speaking about work, finances, home, living, family. So the world that we exist in is represented by this earth. And in a good sense, it's stable. In a rough sense, it feels stuck, right? Then we have air right here on the back end, which is the realm of thought, planning, strategy, the mind, logic, also communication. So it's interesting that this shows up. But these energies are at odds, whereas this energy here on the front is like very stable and dependable. This energy here on the back end is a little flighty, right? It's a little flaky. You don't know what you're going to get. So again, not terrible, but there is this Three of Swords we most definitely want to look at. Let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out, though. Position number one, we start with the Two of Pentacles. Now, as I mentioned, I like this card. I think it's really good. And we see our friend there with his interesting little hat. Seems like he's juggling or balancing these two pentacles. Now, this is a big karmic card. This could represent, karmic cycles, karmic change, big transformation. But to me, as with all twos, it could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads, or partnerships. But the big thing with this is harmony. So I like it. It's like, all right, well, I'm balanced. I'm looking at this the right way. I'm coming from this from a good place. So I like it as far as intentions go. For some of you, if you've been feeling a little off recently, this energy could be coming into a state of balance, which is really nice. But every card has a challenge, right? And a big challenging aspect to this, especially next to the Eight of Pentacles, could be overwhelm, right? Because this energy could just be juggling so much. It's like I have so much on my mind, I have so much on my plate. Watch out for any sort of overwhelm, whether it's mental overwhelm, emotional overwhelm. It's like you don't want to overdo it when this card is here, because the Two of Pentacles in reverse could sometimes just be very off balance. Okay, so we'll circle back on this. We'll see what's up with that. Now, moving to the middle, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, just like every card, it has its good, it has its challenge. This card heavily connects into work and business, what we do for a living, how we earn money, and one's financial stability. So I do like it. It does have little aspects that we can connect to actual relationships as well. And we see this individual, he's like chiseling away, he's creating these pentacles, he's working really hard. So again, for work and career, there could be certain things going on there that we do want to look at. For personal relationships, I do think this is okay because it's an energy that either wants to repair something, wants to mend something, wants to fix something, or at least put energy into it. So I like it. But when we couple the Two of Pentacles with this, just really watch out for the overwhelm, that you're not putting too much on your plate or doing too much, especially with this little guy lingering in the back end. Now, what's an issue that we can look at with the Eight of Pentacles? Sometimes it could be an energy that works too hard. Sometimes it's an energy that can work too much or tries to force something. So again, there's something here about having a softer touch when we see the downside of this. Moving to the back end, we have the Three of Swords, right? Now, this is an iconic card. You see the three swords cutting through the heart. And again, it doesn't have to be yours. This could be definitely someone else's energy, but this is iconic, right? Now, I always say when we get a challenge card like this, it's on a spectrum. It's not always worst case scenario. The Three of Swords doesn't mean the sky is falling. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. For some Saggies, you might just be a little gloomy. You might just be a little down. You might be a little sad. But it can range pretty high, right? Like the Three of Swords can also be heartbreak and betrayal and pain, and someone that's really, really going through it. So we do want to look at it, see if it's pain, nervousness. It could even be anger. So anything on that side of the emotional spectrum is represented by this Three of Swords. So when we do this combination of this energy that's balancing, keeping itself busy, and we have the Three of Swords still lingering, it's really already given off that vibe. It's like, I got to keep myself busy, or I can't think about it. Um, it's not facing this Three of Swords head on. I don't want to say it's sweeping it under the rug, but I want to dive deeper on all of this, Sagi. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Sagi friends. Let's see what's happening. What's going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. So let's go in on that Two of Pentacles. Let's see what's up with that. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Sagi, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Two of Pentacles. Let's just hope this energy is not doing too much. So why is it here? Thank you. Okay. It's like an internal battle I'm seeing here. So we do have the star in reverse underneath it. Someone could be struggling a little bit. Do I think it's like a lost cause? Do I think it's like The worst case scenario, absolutely not. So the star that connects to Aquarius energy. So if you're connected to an Aquarius, I mean, it could just be showing us someone trying to get their stuff together, right? Like even if you're not connected to an Aquarius, when I see the star and the star in reverse underneath the Two of Pentacles, it's like, all right, let me just get myself together. It's an energy that needs a minute, right? Where it's like, just give me a minute, give me a second, give me a little bit of time. Just let me get my stuff together. So again, I'm not saying it's you. It could be somebody else where it's like, they just need a little bit of time here. The star is hopeful normally. It's a card of wish fulfillment. It's also a card that represents the distance, right? It's not something that happens right now. It's not something that happens tomorrow. It's more so tied into the future. And it's a card of hope. It's a card of optimism. And I know Sagis are normally very, very optimistic people in my experience. You always like to look at the brighter side of life. So when we see it in reverse, it's all that stuff flipped on its head. So watch out for feelings of hopelessness. To me, it just feels like someone's just struggling a little bit and they just need a little bit of time. That's initially what's showing up to me. So if you're having difficulties with a specific person, it's like, just give it a little time, Sagi. We're going to keep moving. I don't want to say just yet if this is like a big problem or serious situation. We'll see as we move through. Let's go in on data pen, because you know how sometimes you just get exhausted, where it's like you feel like the world's beating you down, and it's like, oh, I'm so tired. Like that's kind of how this feels to me. Let's keep moving to the Eight of Pentacles. I don't want to get too dark, but I think you get what I'm saying. Let's go in on that eight. Definitely watch the energy levels. So why is the Eight of Pentacles here for Saggy? Thank you. Cool. All right, finding strength in others, very important. And listen, I know not everybody in the world um, has the luck and privilege to have a very strong support system. So if that's something you don't have, if you don't have a lot of people that you can rely on, if you don't have a lot of shoulders to lean on, um, spirit could be telling you like, listen, Saggy, there's help out there. So again, if there's like a situation where you feel like, hey, I need some help here, I can't do it all on my own, like there is an energy that's available to assist you if you need it. That's just the first thing that's coming up here. Now, another thing that I do like about this, aside from somebody helping you, so just know there could be a situation where it's like, don't shoulder it all on your own. This is something that you shouldn't have to work through or carry on your own. It's like, let's carry the weight together. Uh, Many hands makes light work, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm saying all this stuff. But yeah, the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups could also represent fixing something, working on a connection. If we're looking at this in personal relationships, when I see the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, it's like, all right, let's fix this. Let's mend this. So there could be a person or a situation that, yeah, maybe there was a rough patch, but it's like we could make it work. We could fix this. It's not too far gone, if that makes sense. So again, a lot of stuff. I mean, for another portion of you, it could just be showing us that a lot of the energy we're looking at is one of your soul ties. It's like, this might not even be yours. It could be someone you're closely tied to that might be on the struggle bus. But we're just going to leave it at that. Let's keep moving. We'll talk about it more during the recap. Um, Not the worst, but there's definitely room for improvement. I'm honest with you. Let's see what's up with that Three of Swords, and we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Three of Swords here for my Saggies, please? Thank you. Okay. I mean, I appreciate the effort. So we have the Nine of Cups in the upright underneath the Three of Swords. This is an energy that's pretending that everything's okay. I don't quite buy it. Again, with what I was saying with this Three of Swords, there is this energy of someone being anxious, somebody being nervous, somebody going through a bit of a struggle. And when I see the Three of Swords with the Nine of Cups, that is the prototypical, everything's fine, everything's beautiful, everything's okay. Now, again, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm a big believer that regardless of what the 3D reality shows us, we got to stay positive, and, we can bring that into our experience. If you shift your awareness, you're a creator being. So even if things are going sideways, even if things are going rough, whether you do it through prayer or manifesting, you can always shift it by keeping a strong, optimistic awareness. And that's what I appreciate about this, because it's like, you know what? This sucks, but I'm going to stay optimistic about it. Or, you know what? This might not be ideal, but everything's okay. But there's also a fine balance with that too. Are you purposely doing it to manifest the good things in, or is this person purposely doing that, or are they masking? That's the big thing. Because again, with the Three of Swords, Nine of Cups, it's like, wow, I'm going through it. I am anxious, I am nervous, or I'm really on the struggle bus here, but everything's fine. Don't worry about me. It's like, I'm cool. So it's projecting Nine of Cups, showing Nine of Cups, when in reality the Three of Swords is what's underneath the surface. So it's a very complex, layered reading this week. So for a lot of Saggies, just know you might be working through some very complex feelings. So again, I get somebody that's going through it, but they're not showing it, so to speak. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff here. There's support for you if you want it. But position number one, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Star in reverse. And this did feel a bit tired, overwhelmed, where either someone's just very overwhelmed by a situation or even life itself, where it's like, I'm just so tired. I need a rest. Can I get a break here? It's like giving me that kind of vibe. Someone in a bit of a struggle, though. But I like the optimism. That's the one thing, because there's a silver lining, is that someone is looking at the silver lining. So I think that's very important, that someone's not just letting themselves drift into the worst case scenario. Moving to the middle, we have the Eight of Pentacles, good working effort, with the Two of Cups. So again, if you're going through any issues, there is assistance or support out there. Even if it's not close friends and family, it's like you can get by with a little help from your friends there. Whether it's new perspective or other things. And then there's also an energy here of like repairing a connection of some sort, where it's like not too far gone. It's like, we can work on this. Let's patch this up. Moving to the back end, we have the Three of Swords with the Nine of Cups in the upright. So again, I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the optimism. I think that's a beautiful thing, but I also feel like someone's really masking or trying to, where it's like, no, everything's fine, when inside they might be a nervous wreck. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, Saggy. And yes, this is, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get you going here. What do we got for Saggy, please? What do we got in the shadows for my good friends? Thank you. Yeah, Ten of Wands. So just like that energy I was picking up on the front end, the Ten of Wands is that, right? It's a bit of a burdened energy. And we usually see it, it's the person where they're carrying a big bundle of wands. Now, the good thing about this card, because, even though we're looking at the shadow, I'm going to give you the silver lining, because I know Saggies are very optimistic. The Ten of Wands is extremely determined. So it's like, all right, well, even if I'm going through a rough patch, I'll get through it. I don't quit. I won't quit. I refuse to quit. I refuse to lose. That's the one thing I like about this card quite a bit. But the Ten of Wands could just be a burden, right? It could be an energy that feels heavy. So whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, the energy feels thick, if that makes sense. So whether you need to do some energetic cleansing or energetic protection, or just take some things off your plate, because I saw it earlier in the reading that just try your best not to get too overwhelmed. And if you are very much overwhelmed by something, take a little space, my friends. Take a little time for yourself. Nothing wrong with that. As far as the physical body, watch out for areas like the neck, back, and spine. You might be holding tension there. But aside from that, I like the determination. So, Saggy, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The September calendar is already live, so we could have ourselves a little chat. But for the September subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's great for beginners and experienced readers. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which ones do you get along best with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.